Call toll-free 1-800-794-4992 for details about cost and terms. Power and other specifications are based on various standards or recommended practices.
I've been looking all over the world.
Hey y'all, I'm Josh Turner. Whether you're a hometown girl or a backwoods boy, come to Nashville for the 2017 Cattle Industry Convention and NCBA Trade Show. You'll see the biggest cattle industry trade show with over 6 acres of displays, plus an exclusive concert with Cowboys Night at the Opry. Mosey on down to Music City, February 1st through the 3rd. Find out more at beefusa.org.
Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
Buying and selling? Then you know about OcalaForSale.com, Marion County's internet marketplace. But there's something you might not know. I'm Michael Warren, president of USA for Sale. We created Ocala for Sale in 1998 with a passion to connect buyers and sellers and to help local businesses reach shoppers online. On Ocala for Sale, you're just a click away from thousands of deals for real estate, rentals, cars, furniture, appliances, horses, pets, and more. Looking for a job? Our Help Wanted section is booming. Shopping the villages and beyond? Now you'll find great deals on villages for sale, as well as our new statewide classified, Florida for Sale. Log on today and post your free classified. You'll reach thousands of shoppers who check our listings every day. Are you a business looking to get a corner on the internet marketplace? USA for Sale can help you reach your target audience in Ocala, the villages, and statewide. There's no better place to reach shoppers than right where they shop. Let us show you how. Learn more by calling 352-629-1663 or visit us online at usaforsale.com.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala. Auto repair with personal care. We know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock, Matt Gibbs is in the studio to talk to you about your car. If you have a question about your car, the running of it, or buying a new one, or anything like that, Matt will have an answer for you. Matt is the owner of Sunrise Automotive. He's been a mechanic all of his life, and he's also the owner of Crossroad Auto Sales, so he also sells cars. And good morning, Matt. How you doing?
Good, Larry. How are you?
Pretty good. I got a phone call coming in already. How about that? Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Good morning, Matt. This is Sonny calling.
Hey, Sonny.
Car's still running great since you gave it the magic touch. And just checked my gas mileage since I don't drive as much as I was driving. And even though it was part of that tank was before you gave it the magic touch, it still came up 24 miles to the gallon.
There you go.
So I'm anticipating even better gas mileage when I gas up again. One of the things I really want to talk about is in my car, which is a 05 Vibe, when you take the key out, it also kills the power to the cigarette lighter, or for the newer people or younger people, the 12-volt power outlet.
Yep.
And for some reason, somebody says, oh, you can get this deal where you plug it into the cigarette lighter and it'll keep everything going while you're working on the starter, because you have to disconnect the battery to do that.
Right.
And consequently, you could have that thing plugged in on my car, and it's not going to do nothing because the ignition key kills everything, rather than keeping the 12-volt cigarette lighter powered.
Right.
That maybe that was might have been a cause for the reason you had to go out there and adjust the computer or whatever you did. But anyway, I just wanted to let everybody know that it's still running great, and my gas mileage, remember I used to keep track of it all the time, is creeping up again.
Awesome. And it'll probably get a little bit better as it gets cooler out.
Yeah, and that's what I'm getting at. It's absolutely amazing. But anyway, thanks again, and Merry Christmas to everybody, and take care.
Thank you, Sonny.
Again.
Merry Christmas to you too, Sonny.
So I have a funny story that Doug shared with me.
Okay, it's got to be funny if Doug shared it.
When he was younger,
okay.
There was a school bus in the parking lot at the lake in Rainbow Lakes Estates, and I guess the driver left the engine running. So Doug got into the driver's seat, and he wanted to turn on the radio. So he saw the R on the little prenendal thing. He said, "Oh, let me turn the radio on." So he puts it to the R, and his mother starts screaming for his older brother. His older brother comes running into the bus, pulls Doug out of the seat, steps on the brake, and then they show him what he almost did. And he has his hands about 6 inches apart. He said the bus, was this close to the car in the parking lot.
Oh, my goodness.
He was backing up the truck of a bus. Can you imagine if he backed it up into the lake? Holy mackerel. That R, that means radio, right?
That means radio.
Ay.
So how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Should I brag about this, Robin, or am I going to jinx it if I do this? So, say Robin's out at her car. We're getting ready to leave. It's not starting. I said, oh, no. So we had to go someplace. So we went together in my car, okay? And we ran some errands, and we came back. I said, let's see if it starts. And said, I said, well, open the hood, like I know what I'm looking at, right? Okay, so there was a part on the hood, under the hood, that reminded me of the old distributor cap. And it reminded me, it doesn't really work the same way, but it looked like it. So I was popping off those little things and then pushing it back on. That's all I did. And then she cranked it up and it started. And she said, what'd you do? I said, I don't know. I don't know what I did. So do you know what I'm referring to, first of all?
I think so.
They pop off, they pop on?
The spark plug wires.
Okay. But I wasn't at the spark plug end.
Right.
I was at the
coil.
What I would call the distributor cap end.
Right, which is the coil.
So what do you think I actually did something that made a difference? No. It was just a coincidence?
No. Probably there's a fuel issue, okay? And then if that happens again, all right, if she goes out there and the engine's cranking but will not start.
Right.
Turn it off. Turn the key off. Okay? Wait about 5 seconds. Turn the key on. Don't go to the crank. Just turn the key on where all the lights on the dash light up.
Right.
Turn it on and let it stay on for 2 seconds. Turn it back off.
Okay.
Then try to start it then.
Okay.
It sounds like to me it lost its fuel prime. The fuel went back in the tank.
So it was just a coincidence.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I kind of figured that actually, but I wanted to be a hero. Everybody wants
you were a hero. You got it started, right?
No, I didn't do a thing. It just looked. It looked good. It looked good to see the hood up with me standing there. We do have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Yeah. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
See, man. If you buy a car like a friend of ours did from a private party, and the car was not the person that sold, but somebody who had passed away. The car's got pretty good mileage on it, but there's no record of any maintenance schedule that the person that owned the car did. I know, like with the antifreeze, you can test that to see if that's valid or not. How about the transmission fluid? Is there anything you can do other than looking at it to see if it had been changed when it was supposed to, or it needs to be changed?
Well, I mean, I would look underneath the car. You know, a lot of this happens a lot. People get cars from estates or a relative passing on, and then the car goes to a nephew, niece, or son, or daughter, whatever, and they bring it in. And if we lift it up and it looks like the transmission pan has just been done, it'll be nice and clean. It's evident. You can see that someone had the pan off. The number one thing that I do with transmission fluid is not only do I look at it, make sure it's nice, clean, and red, but also smell it. It's very, very important that if you got a good smeller, smell the transmission fluid.
Smeller.
I have a very good smeller, and so that's one of the things I do. But just look the car over. That's one of the things that we do, and we do this a lot for a lot of the dealers in town. A lot of the other used car lot dealers, they bring cars to us. They buy at auctions. They don't know what they're buying. They don't know what has been serviced on these cars, so they bring it to us, and we have a service put together. It's called a PDI. It's a pre-delivery inspection. And what we do is we go through the car and check everything: the brakes, the belts, the hoses. We make sure that the seat belts all buckle, and we just really go through it, and then we get an idea of what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done.
With the transmission, does the fluid go through any kind of a filter anywhere?
Well, it goes through. There is a filter inside the transmission, and then there is a cooler, a transmission cooler. Most of the time, unless it's some kind of special equipped car, like with a tow package or something, the transmission fluid goes through your radiator. There's actually a cooler inside the radiator, so it does go through a filter, and it does go through a cooler.
Is that filter ever changed when you have a transmission oil change?
Yes, whenever we do, whenever we service the transmission, we do put a new filter in it.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. The phone number is 622-9622. If you'd like to speak to Matt, you got about a minute before the break, and then, of course, another 15 minutes left in the show. So, real quick, here's a phenomenon that happened to me. I'm at the McDonald's on South Pine.
Okay.
Going around the McDonald's in order to get to the drive-through lane. Okay? Car stalls. Okay?
Okay.
Never did it before. Never did it after. Until I went back to that McDonald's. Same place, same exact spot in the parking lot. Do you think there's like something in the parking lot that interferes somehow?
It is possible. It is possible that something interfered and it picked up on some kind of an RF signal or something. It is possible. It is.
I'll see if I can do it a third time.
Yes. And then come and get me and let's go over there.
And get a hamburger. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back. If you want to call Matt, the number is 622-9622.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Tuesday, areas of low clouds and dense fog giving way to some sunshine. It'll be unseasonably warm with a high of 80 to 84. And partly cloudy and mild Tuesday night with some fog around late tonight into Wednesday morning. Tuesday night's low between 58 and 63. Later Wednesday, some sunshine and warm, high 77 to 81. Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine and cooler with a high of 70 to 74. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
WOCA is teaming up with Florida Kids Helping Kids to bring a little Christmas joy to the many homeless children in Marion County. WOCA is proud to offer our location as a drop-off point for your new and usable toys at the WOCA studios here in the Paddock Mall. Mornings, Monday through Friday till December 16th, when Florida Kids Helping Kids will come by to pick up the toys to give to the children. Florida Kids Helping Kids and WOCA, making Christmas a little brighter.
Merry Christmas!
Holiday cheer has arrived at Paddock Mall. This holiday season, shop Paddock Mall for all your favorite stores. Francesca's, White Barn, AE Outfitters, Victoria's Secret, K Jewelers, and more. Check out our new stores, Artsy Abode and Jimmy Jazz, as well as our seasonal favorites like Hickory Farms and Calendar Club. Stop by to see Santa in Center Court. Capture a keepsake memory for your family with a variety of family-friendly events, entertainment, and opportunities to give back. Paddock Mall is your holiday headquarters. For all the season's details, visit paddockmall.com.
WOCA. All right, 18 minutes after 10 o'clock. Matt Gibbs is here, and there was a story this morning. I looked it up real quick. The five best cars for Santa Claus. You want to hear what they are?
Mercedes?
A Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, number 5. Then number 4, best car for Santa Claus. I don't know who put this together. Autotrader.com, that's the website.
Okay.
Toyota Sienna.
Okay.
Okay. It's like a SUV or something. The Chevrolet Corvette Stingray Coupe. That doesn't sound
Santa
like
can't get in that car.
that doesn't seem like it could carry many toys either. I thought the whole idea was to look for something that could carry a lot of toys. The Volkswagen 2REG, whatever,
Yeah.
TDI, 2REG, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
And the number 1 is the Ram 1500 EcoDiesel V6.
Okay.
Do you like that one?
No. Yeah.
No?
I thought, but see, like I was watching a show last night. I think I was watching the finals of The Voice. And they had a commercial on there. And Santa, I saw Santa, he drove a red Mercedes and he had a bunch of white ones leading to, like the white ones were the reindeer and
Right.
he was in the red one.
Okay.
And down the road they were going. So
I saw him in a sleigh at the Christmas parade.
did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Were you there? Did you go to the Christmas?
I wasn't there. I was doing something.
You know, Joe Matone got to ride in a limousine.
Oh.
From McPherson to the Ocala Shopping Center. It's not very far. Was that a mile, maybe?
Yeah. Get out, Joe.
If that.
We're here.
He was one of the judges.
I saw that he was one of the judges.
Mm.
What an honor, privilege it is to be a judge in a parade.
What do you think about the lights underneath a vehicle? I see them in this parking lot a lot.
It's not my thing.
No big deal?
It's not my thing, but
I saw lights in the wheel hubs now.
yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? The wheels actually light up.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's kind of pretty.
It is. It's good. It's just not my thing. I mean, if you want to do that, I don't. Hey, that's pretty cool looking. You know.
Did you see the accident on the highway? I think it was in Michigan, where there was like 50-something vehicles involved in this accident. Well, it was a mess. There was cars all over the place, and 2 of the big vehicles were auto carriers.
Okay.
So I said to Robin, I think some of those cars fell off of those 2 trucks.
Probably.
Okay. How many cars fit on those trucks?
It depends on what size they are, but I think they're between 7 and 9.
Okay.
You know, some of them are 3, but
So between 14 and 18 cars might have been without any driver that were in that mess. Wow.
you know, we had a situation here years ago where a trainload of Camaros.
No.
Yeah, there was some kind of.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Did anybody try to take one? Oh, it's a Camaro.
Oh, they actually ended up selling them, but they're that whole thing is weird. It's like, the car belongs to the transporting company until the dealer takes possession of it. So if the car is being transported from Lansing, Michigan to Ocala, Florida, and something happens to it in that transport thing, it's the transportation company.
Yeah,
it's their responsibility.
Yeah. Actually, I was wondering about that. I was thinking the insurance must be just for that trip.
Yeah,
just to carry those cars, and I'm guessing 90+% of the time, nothing ever happens.
Right.
But once in a while, an accident or maybe a bullet hole, some idiot on the side of the road.
There's some, every once in a while, some stuff happens, and back in the day, I've been out of that new car atmosphere for some years. But back in the day, if a car had any type of roof damage, then they could not sell that car. Now, if it got, let's say,
Really?
they're taking it off the transporter and a car backs into the door of another car, they could fix that and still sell it. But if anything happened to the roof or the A pillars or B pillars or whatever, then that car could no longer be sold as a new car, and they would salvage it, or I don't really know.
Oh, wow. And how do you, when you go to look for a car to sell on your lot, how do you know that it hasn't been patched together? Is there a record of it somewhere?
Well, I have a program on my phone, and when I punch in that VIN number, it goes into, like everybody can think of Carfax, but actually what the dealers use is called AutoCheck.
Uh-huh.
That's the website, that's the program that we use.
Really?
But here's the thing: even though it may come up with a clean auto check, you still have to pay attention, because a lot of times, let's just say that this car was in an accident and Joe fixed it in his garage.
Okay, nobody would have a record.
There's no record of it.
Right.
So you always got to pay attention. You always got to, and when that's what you do. And Philip, I'll say this, like when me and Philip go to an auction and we're looking at cars, I look at this part of the car. I see this. This is what I see.
Right.
And then Philip is looking, and this is what he sees. And I'm telling you, if a moth farted on this car and left a little speck, Philip's going to see it.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, he could be standing 20 yards away and say, that car's had too much paint work. I'm like, where?
I've heard of moth balls, but never moth farts.
but his eye is directed this way. My eye is directed this way, and that's why when we go together, we do real well, And I don't mind if a car had a door ding or the front bumper was covered because of love bug damage, or I want to know about the actual the frame of the car, the actual the foundation of this car is it good or not, and then we look at all the other stuff.
Did this car hit something like a cow?
Exactly.
When it was around. So would the person who bought that car, if there is such a person, would they be able to look at that VIN number thing and find out, oh, this car hit a cow?
Or this car, I don't know if it would say it hit a cow, but it would say that it was in an accident.
Okay. So if I'm driving down the road, this happens to me every morning, just about. I'm going 40 miles an hour in a 40-mile-an-hour zone.
Okay.
And I'm the only one going 40. Everybody's going faster than me. Okay. And every once in a while, there's a guy behind me really close, like he can't stand the fact that I'm going 40 miles an hour, and then he will pass me really fast. Okay. If that caused an accident one day, God forbid, right? And then I say, well, he passed me, and the guy says, well, you were going 20 miles an hour. How do I prove that I was really going 40? Is there something in my car that records how fast I was going? No.
No. Now, if you had Geico, I think it's Geico or
I do
Progressive.
have Geico.
Oh, well, they have those little things that. One of them has this little chip that you plug in. Like if you had a check engine light and you brought it to the shop, I plug my scanner, my computer into your car.
Yeah.
Well, that connector, one of the insurance companies has a device that you can plug into the connector.
Okay.
And it records data. So because this way and then the insurance company can take that and they can go back and see.
But you would have had to have installed it in my car. I got the Geico in your office. Remember?
Yeah, but I think you have to go down there and get on their program.
Oh, so I want that, in other words.
Right, and just like they have, I saw a commercial for Hum. I think it's called Hum. It's a device. If
Verizon.
You have
It's a Verizon product, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
so if you have a kid, he's just getting his driver's license, you can plug it in there.
Yes.
And you can go on your cell phone and you can set up parameters and don't let the car, if the car goes over 60 miles an hour, the mom gets an alert. If the car goes out of a parameter, the mom gets an alert. If they're sliding on the brakes, mom gets an alert.
Oh, wow.
So if you had something, if you had a device to record
the
information, then yes, you could do that.
Our other friend Matt is Matt Wilkerson. He's with Verizon. He's got an ad right now that runs talking about the Hum, but I didn't know it could do all that with the car.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's the commercial I saw was based on a 16-year-old girl just getting her license and mom being worried.
That's a scary time, isn't it? It's always scary when the kids are driving. Yeah. Was Joey in the Christmas parade, the reindeer run?
No, he went and watched the reindeer run. He did the that turkey trot.
Oh, okay.
Thanksgiving morning, and that was kind of funny because he entered to do the race Thanksgiving morning. And he entered in both events. There's a 10K and a 5K, and the guy says you can't do the both. And Joey's like, why? He says, well, because we're going to start the 10K, and then 30 minutes later we're going to start the 5K. And and one of the officials there said that the fastest time there was 36 minutes. Was the fastest 10K time.
Okay.
So the guy's thinking,
oh no,
you can't do it. And Joey's like, well, I just don't understand. He says, because we're going to start at 30 minutes later.
And he would have been done.
Joey's like, well, I'll be back. Why can't I do it? Okay, then just go ahead and do it.
So did he do both of them?
Yeah, he did do both of them.
Oh, no. Oh, that's too funny. That's amazing how fast he can go. Well, I can't remember who was sitting with us. I think it was Anthony James at the parade, and I said to him, if you see a wheelchair guy, that's Matt Gibbs' son. Yeah, but we didn't see him.
He was actually battling with a real bad cold that day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If you have somebody on your Christmas gift list and you're looking for something really good, Matt has some cool ideas. You don't have that charger this year, right?
No, I do not.
Okay, but you have detailing, which is a really great gift.
Yes.
And of course, gift certificates for whatever. What's another one that's gift certificate is? I'm always half and half about gift certificates. What's a specific thing we could get? The headlights cleaned.
Yes, we did. Had a couple of those done last week. It's. I maybe because I'm into business, and the last thing I want to do is spend money on my car, and maybe because I'm in that all the time.
Yeah, no, I don't want to either.
But here's one of the things is a lot of the young people, a lot of your sons, a lot of daughters are coming home for the Christmas break. They live out of town to go to school somewhere else. That's a great time to go ahead and get their car serviced.
That is a good idea.
And so when they go back to school, they're ready to travel on.
And we would recommend Matt every single time. Give Matt a call at 817-5638.
That's my cell. You can call me on my cell.
Oh, is that your cell number? 690-1993.
That's it.
690-1993. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Larry.
We'll be right back.
A short time ago, formally announced that ExxonMobil CEO Rex Tillerson will be nominated to become the next Secretary of State. The confirmation process could be a difficult one, especially with high-profile Republicans such as John McCain and Marco Rubio questioning Tillerson's selection. Rubio sits on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, which has only a one-vote Republican majority and must approve the nomination.
Fox's David Lee Miller at Trump Tower in New York City, where a celebrity musician was just seen entering as reporters shouted questions.